students, welcome to ProTalent and welcome to the issue-based learning. दोस्तों, we have started a series wherein we are discussing about various issues which are connected to the current news. So here we are talking about section 309 of IPC. Has it been repealed? That's a big question we are raising. So this issue came after Sushant Singh's suicide. Okay, people started to discuss about the mental health issue. Okay, when people are mentally troubled, okay, they are disturbed, sometimes they end up committing similar kind of, you can say, mistake. Okay, that's called, you can say, suicide. So section 309 of IPC is talking about suicide. Has it been repealed? सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि रिपील हुआ कि नहीं हुआ. Obviously it is not. ठीक है, it continues to exist. And what is the scenario? The offence, it is still an offence. ठीक है, wherein you can say punishment is up to a year. ठीक है, it is a cognizable offence. It's a bailable and any magistrate can trial this. Okay, so एक लाइन में आपके पास पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन है सेक्शन 309 के बारे में, that it is still there, it has not been removed. Okay, so let's understand exactly what section 309 talks about. किस तरीके से उसके बारे में ये डिफाइन किया गया है, what is suicide. ठीक है दोस्तों, यहाँ पे attempt to commit suicide. ठीक है, if someone has committed suicide, that person is no longer there. So as the principle of law says, if the person is not there, you can't do anything. But if the person survives, then this is the scenario which is coming up. Now there's a lot of demand which is coming to repeal it. This is quite old, you can say, law जो ब्रिटिशर बना के गए थे. ब्रिटिशर जब ये लॉ बना के गए, ठीक है, और when they made that law, it was primarily, you can say, the British Raj was stopping people from committing anything like this, or they were stopping because of religion perspective. Okay, ठीक है, धर्म के नाम पे लोग अपने आप को मार डालते थे, तो उसको रोकने के लिए they were doing all these activities. So you can say it was not repealed. Section 309 of IPC still exists. So what is the wording of that? Whoever attempts to commit suicide and does any act towards the commission of such offence shall be punished with a simple imprisonment for a term which may extend up to 1 year or with fine or both. ठीक है, now this is what we have to understand, that ये mental health का issue है दोस्तों. इस mental health के issue में if let's say still it is considered to be an offence, then it is, you can say, जले पे नमक छिड़कने की बात हो गई. Yes or no? So there are a lot of demand which is coming to repeal it. ठीक है, पर हुआ नहीं. पर दोस्तों ये डिमांड का आउटकम कहाँ से आया? ये डिमांड जो हो रही थी कि एग्जैक्टली वी वांटेड टू रिपील दिस, बट देन दे ब्रॉट मेंटल हेल्थ केयर एक्ट 2017. दिस इज व्हाट दे ब्रॉट इन. ओके, इस सेक्शन की वजह से ओवरऑल यू कैन से दिस सेक्शन 309 ऑफ आईपीसी का जो इम्पैक्ट था वो डाइल्यूट होने लगा. Yes or no? Let's understand exactly ये मेंटल हेल्थ केयर एक्ट 2017 ने क्या बात करी. It came into existence in July 2018. ठीक है, it has significantly reduced the scope for the use of section 309 of IPC and made the attempt to commit suicide as a punishable, you can say, only as an exception. ठीक है, उन्होंने बोला that it is punishable offense only as an exception. ऐसा उन्होंने बोल दिया. Yes or no? क्या क्या प्रोविजंस थे, क्या क्या प्रावधान थे. सेक्शन 115 of 1 of MHCA says that notwithstanding anything contained in this section of 309 of IPC, any person who attempts to commit suicide shall be presumed, unless proven otherwise, to have severe stress and shall not be tried and punished under the said code. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. ठीक है, that person is in a severe stress and thereby this person cannot be tried and cannot be punished. That's one provision. Another provision of 1152 says that the appropriate government shall have a duty to provide care, treatment and rehabilitation to a person who is under severe stress and who attempted to commit suicide to reduce the risk of recurrence of the attempt to commit suicide. तो अगर उस बंदे ने suicide attempt किया है, so we have to stop recurrence of that and it is a duty of the government to do that. पर दोस्तों ये जो इस मेंटल हेल्थ केयर एक्ट 2017 प्रावधान के मुताबिक the impact of 309 has been diluted, but in reality it was not. Recently in June 8, 2020, you can say one of the state, there was a couple, they tried to commit suicide by consuming hair dye. Okay, they survived and police was after them कि इन्होंने offense किया है and they had to actually flee. वो भागते रहे. ठीक है. Now that's a problem. है ना, that's a problem. ऐसी सिनारियो में it is the law is not becoming very much, you can say, social, you can say, so in this scenario, law is not becoming little, you can say moderate. Law is not becoming very compassionate. That's not acceptable. Okay, let's look at some issues which are being provided by Supreme Court judgment. Supreme Court, in a very famous case of Gyankor case 1976, overturned 1994 decision which brought section 309 back to the life. ठीक है, ज्ञानकौर के केस के अंदर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला people have right to life but they don't have right to die. Right to die is unconstitutional. ठीक है, though article number 21 tells you right to life and personal liberty, but that does not give you right to die. ठीक है, similarly there was very famous case called Rajasthan High Court case that ruled that Jain practice of Santhara, I'm sure you know Santhara. What happens in Santhara? Santhara के अंदर, you can say the Jain Muni or any person who is belonging to Jain religion, ठीक है, he says I want to die. Okay, he'll stop consuming any food or water, ठीक है, and he'll sit at one place, समाधि में जाएंगे, and then they will actually leave their body. Okay, their soul will leave their body. ठीक है, अब वो religious perspective है. राजस्थान हाई कोर्ट ने उसको बोल दिया this is as good as suicide. राजस्थान हाई कोर्ट ने बोल दिया this is as good as suicide, which is punishable under section 309, which is attempt to suicide, and also section 306 abetment to suicide. The you can say religious community will be, you can say, put behind the bar, but Supreme Court has rightly put that into a part of a religious, you can say, domain, and they said कि ये religious perspective है. ठीक है, जैन धर्म की जो you can say ये परंपरा चली आ रही है, which is really okay. जैन धर्म ये मानता है कि ये जो शरीर है ना, वो शरीर एक तरीके का पिंजरा है. It is a cage for a soul. Okay, people have to suffer a lot, so best way to, you can say, release from this suffering would be possibly, you can say, living this particular cage. Okay, in fact Jain religion is very harsh on the body in their day-to-day life. Okay, so they want to ensure that people become pure by giving such kind of pain. Okay, so this is how the idea came. So this section 309 was not repealed. These are the kind of scenario which brought it back. ठीक है ना, ज्ञानकोर केस में वो वापस आ गया. जैन प्रैक्टिस ऑफ संथारा में तो ऑब्वियसली वो एक्सेप्ट किया गया दैट इट इज सुसाइड, अटेम्प्ट टू सुसाइड इज अ क्राइम. ठीक है, तो उसी का डिस्कशन हो रहा था कि इज दैट अ क्राइम, संथारा शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ 309 और नॉट, उसी का डिस्कशन हो रहा था दोस्तों. सो इन अ वे इट इज देयर. So there are a lot of arguments are coming that we should repeal it. Okay, we should repeal it because there is a definitely a serious mental health stress is happening on the people, and in our famous case of Sushant Singh, this has to be there. Okay, so restriction put on the use of this section, ठीक है, under the provisions of MHCA, है ना, as opposed to being removed from the statute altogether, you can say do not seem to be enough. ठीक है, क्योंकि MHCA में डाला गया है but it is not removed from 309, so statute mein hai, which means some police personnel may use it. Okay, several senior police officers have said on many occasions that there is a lack of awareness to their officers. ठीक है, and they are not aware about this new law of MHCA, and thereby they simply go by IPC. So when they simply go by IPC, they are in a position to create trouble to the people who are in a mental stress. ठीक है, सो एक तरीके से उनकी एगोनी के ऊपर और एगोनी बढ़ाने की कोशिश हो रही है. ठीक है, यूज ऑफ दिस सेक्शन इज पोटेंशियली डिप्राइव विक्टिम फ्रॉम द ट्रीटमेंट इन द गोल्डन आवर. दिस इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लम, क्योंकि होगा क्या, सुसाइड का केस है, बिकॉज दैट्स अ आईपीसी का केस. सो हॉस्पिटल्स विल वेट फॉर इट, विल वेट फॉर हुम, विल वेट फॉर पुलिस अप्रूवल. पुलिस आएगी, उसके बाद इसका ट्रीटमेंट चालू होगा, तब तक तो कहानी बिगड़ रही होगी. सो गोल्डन आवर इज लॉस्ट. ठीक है, golden hour is lost, and therefore that is really a big issue that we have to remove this. ठीक है, and there is also some unscrupulous hospital authorities may misuse this situation and they may charge hefty amount from the people who committed such kind of thing. Okay, and there are corrupt police officers are also involved. So in a way, corruption of police with the corruption of hospitals, this may end up a burden financially on the people who are committing such kind of thing. And there is a law commission report of 42nd, you can say they are saying that we should remove this, you can say section 309. But my dear students, you must know that every coin will have two sides. So one side is repealing, the other side is why it should not be. Remember dosto, there are various occasions when people showed up at the government offices to, you can say, protest. They said we will kill ourselves. They threatened to kill themselves if their demand is not met. You remember, okay, what you can say Viru did in a Sholay movie. Yes, okay, bola suicide, which is really not okay. Okay, so in this cases, person does not intend to commit suicide, but is using threat to commit suicide, and that is a blackmailing system that has to be stopped. So if 309 is repealed, there will be no provision to take action against these people. Okay, and thereby there is a problem. So possibly 309 should be repealed, but this idea has to be brought when someone is blackmailing by threatening to commit suicide. उसको तो बिल्कुल पनिश करना चाहिए. Yes or no? So I hope it is very clear to you. Section 309 of IPC is from ProTalent to you. ठीक है दोस्तों, thank you for watching this video. If you want to purchase this PDF, it is available on ProTalentDigital.com. ठीक है, if you want to purchase CLAT 2021 course, it is available on courses.ProTalentDigital.com. ठीक है, there is study material and there is a test series program is also available. Do not miss out to take it from our website called ProTalentDigital.com and courses.ProTalentDigital.com. दोनों साइट्स आपके लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. Thank you very much दोस्तों. To you can say watch this video. Do not miss out to like this video, subscribe to our channel and tell to large number of people to join ProTalent. Join ProTalent's Telegram group as well. Okay. Thank you and all the best for your preparation.